Hey guys, I'm MG, and today I'll be looking at Stuart Little, which is a 1999 American live-action animated comedy film that is based on the novel with the same name that was made by E.B. White. It was also directed by Rob Minkoff, who co-directed The Lion King, and written by Greg Booker and M. Night Shyamalan, who Fleming directed Trap. However, we're not here to talk about one of the best films in recent years. We're here to review this film, so why don't we do that right now? I actually kind of enjoyed this movie, up to the point where I would consider it good. Is it that good? Not exactly, because it does have its fair share of problems, unfortunately. And my biggest issue is how I feel like the writers don't take the plot as seriously as they could have. For instance, this film tries to be comedic during some of the sad parts, to make the audience not feel super sad, but it instead doesn't deliver the full impact that it should have. Like, the scene with the police feels a little comical, as it seems like no one is really taking Stuart's disappearance seriously. It doesn't really ruin the tone, since the fully serious scenes work for what they are, and this film has a good amount of fun moments, but it would have been better if they fully committed to their serious tone, then the film would be more effective. Some characters are also really underwritten, especially the villains. Okay, Monty is fine, with fine enough voice acting from Steve Zahn, but the other cat villains were really unmemorable, and that was the same with the fake mouse family as well. The humans are also a bit forgettable, with pretty much all of them having no interesting traits or engaging character moments. The mom and dad were really boring, who lacked compelling scenes with Stuart, and everyone else in the Little family was so bland. Except for George, because it was nice to see him befriend Stuart and accept him as part of the family, with really believable chemistry between the two that I really enjoyed. And they actually give George something, as he is upset about his boat. It's not the most interesting thing ever, but at least there was something unlike the other humans. Snowbell was pretty solid as well. His bond with Stuart isn't as natural as his bond with George, since he suddenly saved Stuart without any character growth, but it was still solid to see Snowbell save Stuart, after all their previous fun interactions of him trying to get rid of Stuart. And Nathan Lane, who is Timon in The Lion King, did a really good job of his voice acting, who manages to create some funny moments for his character, which I deeply admire. And Stuart himself was a really endearing protagonist, with where you clearly understand how he feels, as he wants to feel like he's part of a family, with a very natural performance from Michael J. Fox. The action was pretty decent, with the boat race being the best part of the movie, the car chase being riveting, and the final chase was alright as well. The pacing was really well done, with scenes that never feel drawn out or rushed at all, which is really neat for a film like this. The cinematography looks really good as well, with shots that aren't necessarily perfect, but still good enough in the film. The visual effects honestly look really good for 1999, with the mouses and the cats looking pretty sharp, despite a few iffy shots with the visuals here and there, mainly with Stuart. Either because the shot is dated, or because the character's facial expression isn't really the right vibe, but other than that, the visuals look good. The emotional scenes are mostly pretty effective, especially when Snowball lies to Stuart about the family celebrating his absence. Like, that is deeply dark, and yet it feels just right for everything happening in the movie, without being out of nowhere in the slightest. The story is also really well executed, and everything in the film flows really well, partially because of how easy it is to understand, so great story. And overall, this film was pretty charming and nice from start to finish, with where it's not quite good enough to be a great movie, with its flaws holding it back from true greatness, but it's still worth a watch. 7.3 out of 10. Goodbye everyone, and thank you for watching. Bye.